everybody? So in this video, basically what I'm going to talk to you guys about is the Moto E4 Plus and the Moto X4. Now, we're not really doing a comparison between both these phones because both these phones actually average out to be pretty good for what they are, which is what amazed me by Motorola. So Motorola really hasn't had any good steam behind it for the longest time. Motorola has actually pretty much fallen off from what it used to be. I mean, do you guys remember the push-to-talk phones? So Motorola basically not really playing catch-up. I don't really think so. And again, I am still sad in the fact that Google actually sold them to Lenovo. It would have been really cool to see Motorola become the hardware choice for Google and Google's idea of what their smartphone would be. Nonetheless, I have the X4 and I have the E4 Plus, right? On paper, both of these phones are completely differently spec'd, okay? You're talking the Moto E4 Plus with a Snapdragon 427, and you're talking about the Moto X4 with a Snapdragon 630, okay? So chips are completely different. The amount of storage both phones hold is completely different. The amount of RAM that's pushing the applications is different. Everything about both phones are completely on opposite sides. They're not even in the same category. But the thing about that is that both phones run as if they were in the same category, which is kind of crazy. You're talking about, an 8-core processing chip on the Moto X4, and you're talking about a 4-core processing chip on the Moto E4 Plus, right? So you would think that there were some sort of differences, something that would completely make them just not the same, not have the same experience. But that is the thing, and that's why I fully advocate about user experience determines how a phone is. Because with both these phones, you can walk down the street with the spec sheets, hand it over to someone and think, just ask them, what do you guys think would be the better one? And obviously people are going to say that the Moto X4 is going to be the better one because on paper, it says so. But if you actually use both these phones, if you own both these phones, because I've had both these phones for quite some time now, and I use both of them, I take them with me everywhere. And the performance is not different. They run the same. To the naked eye, they run the same. Running applications, they run the same. You don't really feel a huge significant difference. And that's not downplaying the Moto X4. It's not. This is a great phone. I definitely recommend it. And once I decide which one, Project Fire or Boost Mobile, if I choose Boost Mobile, this phone will be activated on Boost Mobile because you can. You actually can take the Moto X4 Android One from Project Fi and activate it on Boost Mobile. But yeah, both these phones, really, really, really good. And they match out pretty much almost the same. I mean, yeah, you'll find some things with the Moto E4 Plus that, obviously you're going to notice a relative difference between the two. There'll be times of that, but running Google Plus, running Pokemon Go, running Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, running anything in these phones side by side, there's not really a difference. I don't feel like there is a significant difference, and to me, that's what I give Motorola praise for. I really look at them in that limelight that they really do care about the products that they make. To make devices that are in two different categories to be performing almost the same, that you don't really see a difference in them, speaks high volumes of a company. And it's, I've used LG devices. I've used a lot of LG devices. I like LG. But with LG devices, you can distinguishingly see a difference between each series, each line of phones that they come out with. And the same with Samsung. You can see the difference between each series. But with Motorola, I've noticed you don't really feel or see a difference in them other than if you were to put it on paper and read it yourself. Then you'll know a difference. You'll know a difference between a Snapdragon 427 and a Snapdragon 630. You'll know the difference between an Adreno 308 and an Adreno 508. You would know the difference between a 4-core 1.4 gigahertz chip versus an 8-core 2.2 gigahertz chip. You'll know the difference on paper. But as far as user experience, you won't. Which is my main point. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this video. Just pretty much give snaps to Motorola for the way that they build out their devices, because most manufacturers, I feel like, don't even really care in that sense. So this is something that I think is actually pretty cool. So if you guys enjoyed my quick little rant about the Moto E4 Plus and the Moto X4 and just how closely similar the experience of using them is compared to other OEMs out there, if you guys enjoy it, drop a like to let me know. Maybe I'll do some more testing between both these phones, but I mean, I've had them for some time now, so really I know the user experience of both of these phones inside and out, what they can do and what they can't do, and it's just amazing what Motorola has done with them. So drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button if you just checked out this video, and until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Law.